to answer your question about white radio and then black radio, right? And how I remain authentic. Now, for those of us who remember, the country transitioned, and just before the country transitioned, there were certain schools that allowed Black children in before other schools, right? And I had the opportunity to go to one of those schools from about 1986. And so I was always in schools that spoke English predominantly and, you know, maybe had a ratio of white students to Black students, that there were more white kids in the school. So moving into Highveld stereo was very natural, because I was accustomed to being in a space where it was, they called it multiracial, but you know, it just meant that there was a sparkling of peppercorns, us in the mix with, you know, white kids. So that felt very natural to me. It was not out of the ordinary to speak English on air. I happened to be quite eloquent in English on air, so it felt very natural. Also, from a music point of view, I was exposed to so many different genres of music. So to back announce a rock song or to speak about, you know, Madonna and pop music and Lady Gaga and whatever, that wasn't out of the norm for me. It was stuff that I had in my background already. Moving into a Black radio station, well, I'm Black. So it's very normal for me to be a part of, I understand Sunday mornings for free for Stubu listening to R&B, because Linda, I did that in my life, you know. I understand various aspects of even our political affiliations, because I come from a family that understands that in my life. So I'm saying all of this to say, authenticity is the number one thing that's going to keep you feeling connected to your audience, and authenticity is the number one thing that's going to keep your audience feeling connected to you. So there are spaces, Ceci Penny. I haven't ever been on 5FM. People come to me and say, weren't you on 5FM? And I'm like, no, I've never had any desire to be on 5FM, because there are spaces that I know I can't authentically thrive in. And I always knew that from a young age, that I couldn't be there. So it's about who you are, authentically who you are will keep you being real in those spaces. So it wasn't a fakeness. I wasn't faking this or that. Maybe a little bit of wannabe-ness at one of the stations that I worked at. You can figure out which one it is. A bit of wannabe-ness, not fakeness, just wannabe. And yeah, that's what it is. In terms of TV and radio,